We've left the coast and we've headed inland to the Caravan Capital of Victoria, Ballarat.
It's famous for gold mining, the Eureka Rebellion, and being the place with the most amount of van owners in the state.
We're going to show you why it's such a great place to head with your caravan and also the ideal destination to holiday with your pooch.
And of course, we've got loads of training and nutritional tips. It's going to be a jam-packed show.
It is. We better get going.
Come on then. Come on, Dus.
Ready, Dus? It's a
Come
busy
on,
day ahead.
Come on.
Exciting.
Ballarat is the third largest inland city in Australia, so you can't exactly call it a sleepy country town. The gold rush of the mid-1800s is what originally put it on the map, and then in the early 20th century it was an industrial city, which is why there's so much grand architecture from the period. In recent times it has been a hub for rural Victoria and a popular tourist destination. The wide streets flanked by greenery and an array of colonial buildings gives Ballarat plenty of old world charm. It's also great to visit with your pooch because there's loads of places to go on adventures together. One such location is Lake Wendouree, right on the edge of town. You can be forgiven for thinking that Lake Wendouree is a natural waterway. It used to be a swamp, but when they found gold in the area, they dammed it up and formed this beautiful lake. It's a great recreational spot and also the perfect place to have a morning walk. This place is an ornithologist's heaven. There's all sorts of birds here. There's ducks, swans, small ones, medium-sized ones, big ones. I'm obviously not a bird enthusiast. If I was, I could probably name all of them. There's a shag. Thank you, Caitlin. Just chuck that there. Oh, and my coffee, the most important thing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Piper's would be the perfect place to come when you're walking around the lake. It's right next to it. Does scones with cream and jam, one of my favourite things. Coffee, of course. And they even do puppuccino. And luckily, I found someone who probably wants to have it. Darcy! Do you want a puppuccino? I've never ever... So it's made with soy milk and carob chocolate so the dog doesn't get sick. In a bit. Okay. How about a bit of biscuit? After a quick breakfast with Darcy, I rushed off to meet the Mayor of Ballarat for a chat about what makes the region such a great place to visit. Samantha, being the Mayor of Ballarat, you are the perfect person to talk about the area and what I should go and see while I'm here.
There's so much to see beyond the lake, but in the Lake and Gardens precinct, there is the Prisoner of War Memorial, which is a national monument. And then you come down into the centre of the gardens where the begonias are, in the gorgeous conservatory. There's a walk with every single one of our Prime Ministers of the country.
Right.
So some really significant memorials and pieces of history throughout the gardens and across Ballarat. We've also got Sovereign Hill, which most people would know about Sovereign Hill.
Yep.
We've got the Wildlife Park. At the Wildlife Park, there's crocodiles and kangaroos and koalas.
So it's got everything.
Absolutely everything.
So Ballarat's got a great mix. You know,
Ballarat's got a great mix.
You can go and get some history. You can come here on a beautiful walk. One thing I want to ask you though is, why do so many people in Ballarat have caravans?
I think we're central Victoria. We're really close to the beach. We're really close to the Grampians. We're really close to the Goldfields region. We're really in the centre of the heart of places to go and see, things to do.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful and accessible place.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's a bit windy this morning though.
Just a little.
But it's nice. I really
It's
like
lovely.
it. The walks.
Come on,
I
Humphrey.
didn't expect the walk to be this spectacular.
It's just beautiful wherever you walk around the lake. And even if you're on the lake, we do have a paddle boat, which is a gorgeous little treat. Yeah, so you can have little events on the lake, on the water, sail around. But there's stand-up paddle boarding. There's so much to do. It's a lot of fun.
Treats are a great way to build that special relationship with your dog. And we understand that everyone has a different relationship. If you need a treat that's going to pass time, VitaPet chicken wrapped rawhides are perfect for when you want to leave your dog alone or when you want to just occupy them. Spending time training your dog doesn't stop when they're fully grown. It's a great way to keep your dogs mentally active, teach them new tricks, and for you to bond with your best friend. Soft treats like VitaPet chicken sticks are ideal to break into small pieces, but the key is the piece needs to be the right size for your dog. Too small and it won't be considered a reward, and too big they'll get distracted by chewing. I like to keep a mental tally of how many treats I've given and give lots of cuddles as rewards in between. It's really easy in a small dog like Kelly to give way too many treats. Kelly only needs 2 salmon sticks in a day to reach the 10% of her diet, which would be considered a healthy amount to treat. It's also okay too to give your dogs treats just because you love them. You don't need any reason. It's a great way for you to bond with your best friend.
"28 Australians are diagnosed with uncorrectable vision loss every day, leading to an increased risk of falls, isolation and depression. Guide Dogs Australia's mission is to help aid their mobility and independence, which can mean a world of difference." So just in terms about some of the services you provide.
Guide Dogs Australia provide many services to our blind and low vision clients to help them get around the community. We provide children's orientation and mobility, adult orientation and mobility. We have an acquired brain injury department. We also have our guide dog services, and we also have occupational therapy and orthoptists.
Okay, so quite a few there.
A number of, definitely.
And how do people apply or, I guess, qualify for a guide dog in particular?
People usually contact guide dogs if they are finding that they are having a vision loss, and we have to look at what need they require. So if they are requiring a guide dog and or a cane, and so we look at their individual status, where they work, what they require, and then we go from there.
And what's the training that these guys have to go through?
Our guide dogs have to go through very intensive training program. They leave our nursery at roughly around about 8 weeks of age. They are fostered out with puppy raisers who put the foundations in for our dogs, and then they come back to guide dogs where we do a thorough assessment on the dog and put them into our roughly 5-month training program of teaching them how to navigate the environment and to be able to guide a blind or low vision person.
Heath and Mika here have gone through that or currently going through that?
Heath and Minka are going through that at the moment, and they're right at their latest stages of their training, yes.
And then how do you match them up to the right people? Is that important?
The match is very important. A lot of people think that we just have a dog and a person, but we have to take into account the personality of our clients or the person who's blind or has a low vision. We have to also look at the dog's temperament.
Yes.
So we look at the height, the weight, we look at the walking pattern, the environment that the dog needs to go out to.
Okay. And how important is this mobility and having a guide dog to a person that has low vision or is blind?
Wow, it is extremely important because one of the things that we've found is as people start to lose their vision, their world comes in.
Yeah.
So people stop going out, and so they remain at home, they become isolated.
Yes.
So by being able to have the confidence of working with a guide dog, what happens is that the person is reborn and they move and navigate the environment like anybody else.
Yeah, and also that human-animal bond must be very important too.
The bond is so strong, I've never seen a bond like it.
Oh, they're helping each other really, aren't they, as well?
It is a win-win on both sides.
Okay, now it's not cheap to raise and train a guide dog. What are we looking at?
It costs guide dogs over $50,000 to raise one dog, and that is from our breeding, puppy raising and training.
Okay.
And we're very lucky that it doesn't cost any of our clients a cent.
Oh, that's great. So where do you get the money from then?
Our money, we're lucky enough to be partnered with PETstock, and PETstock have already enabled us to have 3 guide dogs out working.
Oh, good.
So it's been a wonderful relationship. And people can also donate through our website, or they can contact guide dogs through the 1-800 number.
Okay, lovely. And of course, if you want to help, you can visit the PETstock Assist website to find out how you can help raise a guide dog. Thank you very much.
Not a problem, thank you.
Thanks, guys. You've been very good. Would you like to win a Pawsome travel pack valued at over $2,000 for you and your furry friend? One lucky viewer will win this great prize, including a $250 PETstock gift card and travel essentials bundle, a $300 Easy Dog travel pack, an Adaptil or Feel Away calm pack, a year's supply of VitaPet treats, and $500 worth of Big Dog freeze-dried bites and snuffle mat. Simply tell us one of the locations you've seen us visit during Series 4 and why you love travelling with your pet. It's that easy. Visit the Pooches at Play website to enter.
mentioned earlier, Ballarat is known for being a gold rush town. And while the boom of the mid-1800s might be over, there's still some precious stuff to be found. So I met with a couple of passionate dog owners who also happen to be avid fossickers to learn about this fun hobby. How often do you guys come out and look for gold?
Well, I live around the Chewton, Castlemaine area, so I normally try this time of the year.
Yep.
On the weekends, yeah. And my sister.
Yeah, we visit once a month because this is Axel's time with his cousin,
Yeah.
Hakim. Yeah, so we try and do that, once a month at least.
It's a good way to take the dogs for a walk, something different.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
It keeps you fit.
And it's exciting.
Yeah.
Every time the dog
Well-
makes a noise, I'm like, oh, what have we got? I'm gonna stop talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably another bit of rubbish, but they say you never assume because
You just don't know.
could be a big piece of gold right up the top. Yeah, so.
Do you find a lot? Is it not?
Oh, the biggest piece I found was 9 grams, just over 9 grams.
Wow.
Yeah. That's about, depends on the price of gold, but $400, $450. Yeah.
Right.
It's the only sort of hobby, it actually costs a bit to get
Yeah,
the
it
equipment,
doesn't look cheap, yeah.
but the more time you put into it, the more you'll get out of
Yeah.
it.
And the better
it
you
could
get.
pay for itself.
Yeah.
So I've actually upgraded to this detector
Yeah.
with the previous gold I found.
There's not many hobbies that you, like say, pay for themselves to a degree. And you're getting out, the dogs are having a great time,
Yeah,
and you
correct.
get to find, and it's gold and it's exciting.
It is.
We just have to teach the dogs to find it.
Or,
If I could get them to sniff the gold out, it'd be even better.
I gotta be honest, when they said fossicking for gold with the dogs, I'm like, do they actually sniff the gold out and do like, like
Dog
truffle
detectors.
hunting?
The only thing you have to keep them away from the actual metal.
Oh, yeah, 'cause they've got-
they've got
The lead's
metal
got
on their
metal on it.
harnesses and they will affect the gold. But
Yeah. Linda, do you have to worry about snakes when you come out here?
Look, you always have to be alert, especially if you're doing gold detecting during summer.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, always keep the dogs on the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realise there'd be that many people coming here, but we've already seen like 4 people.
Yeah. No, it's just a great thing to do on the
Yeah.
weekend, and there's no age,
No.
under least.
Well, it's exciting
It's fun
because
to
you
do.
just,
Yeah, it's the not knowing.
yeah, every time
And the
it makes a
hoping.
noise, I'm like, oh, what is it? And I've
Yeah,
been doing it for an hour.
yeah, and the hoping and
Yeah.
yes.
oh, there's something there.
Come here, Axel. Just in case.
Just in case
Come
it
back
was.
a bit.
In case it's the leads.
All right.
There we go.
So there's something in that bit there.
So does the intensity of the noise change depending on how big it is?
does. I dare say this will be rubbish,
Yeah, but you're always.
but you never
you're
know.
always hopeful.
They always say you need to dig up everything.
Because if you don't, you just leave the
Well,
gold in the
it
ground.
could be a big piece of gold right up the top, yes, because that will scream at you.
We need to teach you to dig, Axel.
You could dig it out. You could sniff it out and then
That's
dig it
it.
out.
All right. So it's in this bit of dirt there.
So exciting.
Yeah. So you scoop it out.
Yep. It's not in
Oh, and that's how you know it's not in that
not
pile.
in that one.
You can't get in there. Come here.
Not in that.
What is
So this is just the process of elimination.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I can see it already.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, it's a big piece of rust.
Oh. It's half a nut.
it? Axel's noticing it too.
Yeah, so you can smell it.
What is it? It's not gold.
It's a little bit of disappointment, but it's.
There's
I want to keep going.
Quite
This
a
is
bit of
awesome.
that around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's,
What percentage would it be like for
oh God, 99 point.
99.9% a nut and the rest
Yeah.
a little bit of gold?
But then again, like, you can go, I can go over this area and come back next week, because there's no way you're going to scan 100% of the ground.
For sure.
And I could go over this again next week and there could be a piece of gold there, you know.
So it's really important when you do find rubbish to actually take it back with you. Like, don't leave it, because someone might come down, like just what we did, find it, be hopeful, while they're looking for it and digging, only to find it is just a piece of metal
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever.
just a nut. And it's good for the environment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we also, every hole that we dig, we fill it up again, because we don't want people tripping over it.
Yeah, that's just good.
Put it
Look
back in
after everybody.
Yeah.
We could find 50 bits of rubbish around, but when you find that one bit of
Yeah.
gold in your hand, it just re-energises you again,
Yeah.
and you just want to continue
But
going.
you're hopeful each time.
Yeah, listen, like
It's that heart racing.
I've only just started doing this, and I've got that gold fever. Like, I want to keep going and
Go home and buy your own
I
now.
want to check some more spots
go.
in case, you know, we find something. Come on, Hakim.
Have you ever wondered why dogs do what they do? Or perhaps you're considering a change of career? The National Dog Trainers Federation offers the longest-running government-accredited Certificate 3 in dog training and behaviour. Whether you wish to become a dog trainer or simply want to further your knowledge of animal psychology and behaviour, the program is suitable for people from all walks of life. Combining theory with hands-on practical training, you'll learn from Australia's leading canine experts. To find out more, visit ndtf.net.au. Staffies can get such a hard time just for being staffies, with so many of them unfortunately ending up in animal shelters through no fault of their own. And that's often what I say comes down to the owner not doing the right thing. Belinda, you've done the right thing with Axel. Tell me about how you got Axel to be such an awesome dog.
I had to take him to dog school because I needed the training, not Axel.
No, and what was
Yeah.
it that you really learnt to help you address any issues that you might have ever had with him?
I needed his focus, and before dog school, he got my focus. I didn't get his, so now he pretty much will do anything that I sort of ask him to do, and and the trust as well.
What were some of the things you first learnt with Axel that really helped set him up?
Oh, giving a treat, but giving it at the right time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not rewarding
like
the bad
I used
behaviour. What did you used to do?
He used to get treats every time.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I just lost control, and now he knows the treat is when he gets rewarded.
He does the
Yeah,
right
that's
behaviour
right,
and
that's
rewarding
right.
that right behaviour, not the
Yes.
bad behaviour
Yeah.
as well, or any unwanted behaviour you
That's
might
right.
have. Does he react at all to other dogs? I mean, as we said, they do protect themselves. So it's really important as a Staffy owner to know how to have that control of your dog, and as another owner with a dog, not allowing your dog to rush up.
That's right, and that's what you learn at dog obedience school as well. You know, keep control of your dog. Don't assume that every dog likes to be approached.
Yes.
They might be, friendly with everybody, but you need to learn that they need the 5 seconds nose touch at the start in your
Yes.
training
Yep.
to be aware that, okay, you can see the reaction that you're going to get from them.
So for anyone considering getting a Staffy at home, what would be some of your top tips?
Definitely number one is dog obedience class. Yeah, so you learn, the dog learns, and just daily stimulation with doing things, whether it be tricks or going over what you've learned at obedience school.
Yes.
So you don't forget, and definitely the dog doesn't.
And Staffies love to have fun. They learn really well through fun.
That's right.
Don't you, Axel? Yeah. And you've done some cool things with Axel.
I have always balancing something on his nose, which led to the fidget spinning.
The fidget spinning, of course, our little fidget spinning star. Well, if you would like to find a local obedience school near you, a trainer to help with any issues you're having, or you might even want to become a dog trainer yourself, or even just learn general obedience, so visit the NDTF website. Thank you, Belinda. Thank you, Axel. You've been very good. And Darcy, you guys.
There's been a few news stories of late around the pet food industry and its safety. I don't know a lot about the industry, as you know, so I thought I'd ask someone who does. Chris, what's been going on?
Yeah, Morgan, unfortunately there has been a few deaths of recent times with some of the pets for, there's a number of reasons, but I think the underlying factor and what most people are asking for is the transparency based around the Australian guidelines for manufacturing of pet food.
Okay, and so how does our industry compare to, say, the US?
Yeah, so the Australian standards were under-regulated, were not regulated,
Yep.
whereas the American standards, in my opinion, is over-regulated. That's coming from a raw food manufacturer's point of view. And the reason I say that is if we were to follow the same standards that the American standards are expecting a raw food manufacturer to follow, we're actually diluting the nutritional profile in our food. So we would start to kill, if we were to follow their standards, we would start to kill enzymes. We'd start to knock around the antioxidants. Would even destroy all the bacteria that's found in our products, whether it be good or bad. And some of the bacteria is really quite essential to the dog's health and their microbiome, which is their gut activity. So it's really quite important that that's all present still in a raw diet, and that's what the pet parents are looking for. They understand, they know, and why these ingredients are included and the nutrients. But if we start following a standard like the Americans, we're going to knock that around and we're not going to have as healthy animals. Ultimately, that's what's going to happen.
So when I'm shopping for food, what should I be looking for? Is there anything specific I should be looking for on the packet? Because I know when I get food for myself, I know that someone can say it's natural, but natural could mean, you know, they've just got stuck some grass in it or something that's, you know, grows naturally. You know, you don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably becoming quite blurred at the moment with what companies are allowed to get away with. And something like natural is one of those that just seems to be on every bit of pet food at the moment, and whether it's canned, bagged, frozen, or whatever. So when you're reading the label, it should be really clean and easy for you. It's a common sense approach, really. If you're seeing names in there, chemical names that you and I can't pronounce, for example, why are they there? You know, in all natural foods and they don't need to be there. It should be really simple and easy. So if you're not sure as a pet parent and you see this name, ring the manufacturer and ask the question. The manufacturer should be transparent enough to have that discussion with you and share with you why that's in their product. And it should be in there for a good reason, a nutritional reason, because that's what the pet food should be doing, is promoting their health and well-being.
I know when I get food, I look at the nutritional information, like what the carbs are, what the proteins are. Is that the same thing for the pet food industry?
Absolutely, it's exactly the same. What you're looking for and the goodies and the nasties is exactly the same thing you should be looking for on your pet food. I do the same thing. I honestly am looking at nice, clean, fresh labelling.
Well, if you want to check out any more of Big Dog's nutritional information, jump on their website and have a look. Or call Chris. He seems to be fine with that.
That'd be great.
That's all the time we have for beautiful Ballarat. I'm so happy I got to go fossicking for gold.
Lucky you. Well, we enjoyed making the show and we hope you enjoyed watching it too.
Next week we're heading to Adelaide, and not only is it the place that Lara grew up, it's also the perfect place to take your pooch.
That's why they call it Radelaide, and I can't wait to show you the town and also where Darcy loves to head out.
See you next week.
Bye.